Good day, guys. I hope we're all good. Last analysis, live charts analysis for the week. So we're going to get started with B1. But before we get started, just know we've got one position, one buy position and current market price. Safe buys above this price line, which is 13,260. We already shared that signal. We also have one sell at current market price on C1000. We also shared the signal just now. So those are our two current running positions. So I'm going to talk about the setups in greater depth. Okay, so on B1000 earlier we were looking at a buy. So I was looking at this level. I was looking at this order block. I was looking at this structure being broken by this impulsive move. So price came and actually bounced off this area. So we had active buys here and our stop loss was just below the zone. So if you notice, price came, took us out. So we are now entering our second attempt into buys on B1000. For now, again, like I said earlier, it's a short-term trade. So we have the low of today, which has just taken out yesterday's low here. We have a shark fin there. Usually a shark fin is equal to a stop hunt. Most of the times the shark fin represents a stop hunt. So this could be the stop hunt below these lows, and price can potentially push back up into this level here. That's my initial target. Yes, they might come up, but for now I'll be safe with just targeting this area here as a take profit. Again, safe buys will be after this zone, since after this lower low was created, this is the only visible order block I can see. So if price comes above here, then we can look forward to scaling. They might retrace a bit, but again, I'm looking forward to price coming up to that area. It's the same setup which was anticipating here. It didn't play out. So if it fails here, to just mean price is simply continuing with the downtrend. So we might have to wait a bit until we get another chance for a proper reversal. In terms of H1, you can see we've got a pattern there, nice extended low and a baseline bounce forming. Same applies to M30. We've got an extended low and a baseline bounce, right? Extended low, a baseline bounce. So that sort of increases the odds of this setup potentially playing out. So if we can come back above this order block, we add. We might come back above this. We can potentially add as well. But I'll say this area here would be a safe area to actually scale in. Then we can just target 50 pips or otherwise trail or whatever your target is based on your risk. So that's my setup for today. We'll keep stoking on this one as it is an active setup actually happening. Going to see 1000. I'm just looking for price to potentially continue with the trend. You can see we've been in a strong downtrend here. If you look at the daily, I think there was an asset with a setup like this yesterday. Before I continue on that, let me just scroll through some of these assets. Yeah, it was C1. It was C5, sorry. You see the price action on C5, we had an impulsive move. Then price retraced during this day. Then this day started by tapping onto the 13 EMA. Then price sort of actually gave a nice sell, which then retraced at the end of the day. As you can see, we had a nice sell actually yesterday here on C5, which we actually caught. Then price eventually retraced. So if you see on C1, it's more or less the same setup. So price can potentially just drop. So looking on pattern similarities, you can see after this M was created, as soon as we came below the 13 EMA on C5, price just melted. So here we've got an M, we're now below the 13 EMA as well. So the probability of this price actually dropping down is actually high at the moment. As long as price doesn't take out this high, and as long as we remain below the 13, the probability of this price pushing down is actually high. So we've got one position we might consider scaling in. Let's see. Okay, I'm just looking for comparisons here. Okay. All right, so price can retrace into this order block here, but there's also a multiple order blocks in there. We've got this zone, which is right on the order block as well. M30 fair value gap, which starts right here. So these are all areas where we can have sell limits. If you have a bias, like if the bias is to come down, as the price retraces, you start to have sell limits. Sell limit, sell limit, then a stop loss is above this last zone here. Then we are looking forward for an impulsive move to the downside. So I would say for now, that's how I'm viewing C1000. So let's see if it's going to actually play out. Okay, I'm just putting my sell limits on my phone. So the sell limit value here would be 57.65 for a sell limit. 57.65 for a sell limit. Our stop loss is to be 57.90. Take profit for now is open, or otherwise 50 pips plus at least, or around yesterday's lows. That will be the take profit. But for now, I'm leaving mine open. Then another sell limits will be on 57.74. 57.74 for a sell limit. Then yeah, I think that'll be it. Then if price starts to show motion to come to the downside, then we can add. So I'm looking to see how they're going to act around the current lows of today. This is also a level where they can just spike to. So they can spike here, take out the liquidity here, then induce buyers while less retracing, then continue pushing down. That's also a possible play there. But otherwise, for now, I'd say as long as this level is not broken, my bias is bearish. Okay, that's my view on C1. Going back to B1000. Let me go to smaller time frame. From M5, you see we've got a little minor order block there, right here. So we just want to pay attention as well how price will react to that order block. Then going to C300 daily, you can see we pushed up. For some reason, I think we're anticipating sales here from yesterday's analysis, but price didn't actually play out. They started pushing up. They're on the 13 EMA now, approaching the 50. So they might still tap here, then drop. But as long as we are in between these two EMAs, there's nothing solid there. I'll just keep stalking it during the course of the day. So this one, I'm going to leave it on this time frame. So there's a lot of markings here as well. Let me just remove them. Okay, I'll actually remove them a bit later. All right, C5, we already missed the quick short-term sell here. Let's see what we have today. So price might actually retrace. That's also a possibility. But if price decides to respect this zone, we could see continuation to the downside. So I just want to pay attention how they're going to act around this order block here. This is H1. So I'll just wait to see how they will react around this order block here. We might still get a sell, it's also possible. We might actually can't take out liquidity here, maybe tap again into this area before we drop, which is possible. We might come retest this broken zone, which wasn't tested yesterday. We might come to this level. There's many plays which can happen here. So for this one, I'll keep stoking it. Again, we might also react from this zone. So for now, I would say let's just keep stoking it. Let's see what pattern forms. Then we can take it from there. B5 went wild from the day before yesterday. Yesterday, they came, retested the zone, pushed up again, came back, pushed up again, respecting this zone now. So for now, we've missed the buy already. So I'm also not sure if price will actually keep pushing up. Let's see the daily. All right, based on the daily, we are bullish, right? So let's just keep the bias. We've got a buying bias. Price has been leaving zones. Where can we retest to? We can retest this area. Okay, dropping to H1. Oh, I remember yesterday I actually wanted to buy. I remember I had marked this point of interest. So when price came here, I wasn't too sure if they were going to just respect this and continue up. I was still open to seeing them come back here before pushing up. That's why I missed this trade. I remember now. So today looks like we've got acceleration for now. Yesterday's highs, that's our point of interest. So if price can come back to yesterday's highs and retest, that will be a support zone. And price can potentially continue with the buys since we've got a buying bias from the higher time frame. So yesterday's highs, if you just mark yesterday's highs, that's our point of interest there, the gray zone. This is H1 going down to M15. M15, I'd love to run a fib because we know we are in a trending market. We've had a nice impulsive move, so this is my fib, and it looks like price is now potentially retracing, right? So we're at a fib on M15. So the first point of interest starts right here on the 38.2 level. If we drop down into the 50 and 61, it's right on this support here, which makes it a high probability trade if price respects it. And we are also open to seeing price confirm maybe by giving us a baseline bounce here, or maybe coming and bouncing off the 50 level. So those confirmations are what we'll be looking forward to see from the TDI, and we anticipate price to come into this area here, maybe form a W pattern, then give us a huge run up. So for now, I'd say that's my current view for B1. So let's keep stoking on that one as well. Okay, coming back to B1. Okay, that's B5. So coming back to B1, still stoking, we might get okay, safe buys, like I said, are above this area here, that price line. At that point, we will be above the 13 EMA as well. So this will make this buy a high probability. So that just keep that in mind. Reverse open. Everything looks straight for a buy. Maybe we might come back in here. Let's see. So if you notice, I use the higher time frames just to mark points of interest. Then when I drop down to the smaller time frames now, that's where I'll be looking for candles or patterns, which I'm familiar with, so that I can enter. All right, that's that. C5, we spoke about it. Okay, J10. J10 yesterday, I don't recall trading it. Let's see, hanging man. If this price comes below this gray zone here, we are going to sell. If we come back below this gray zone, is this level here on the daily chart. So this will be a fake out. And if we come back below, it will mean we are also below the 13 EMA, which gives us a selling bias. So once we get a selling bias, then we'll start to look for sells. But for now, it's not yet confirmed. I'd love to see maybe a break of this level before I can sell. That's on the 4-hour. On the H1, pattern is starting to form, but until we break this level, we cannot sell, because price might actually come here and treat this as a demand and actually push up. So until we come below this level, we cannot sell. So I guess we just keep stoking on this one. V250 again, still the same thing. I have no setup here. Price has just been, it's not flowing. It's just like choppy. So again, V250, I've got nothing. Step index yesterday, I remember a brother of mine had a sell bias. And the time I looked at the charts, I noticed that we were trading above the H1, and I told them until we come below the 13 EMA, we cannot sell. We just keep stalking. At that time, I didn't have a bias for a buy, so I couldn't say let's buy. I was just waiting for sell, but the sell was not confirmed. I hope they did not take that trade. So coming to the daily now, you see we've got a bullish order flow. If you notice here, price actually didn't retrace. If you notice, I ran a fib from this low to this high, anticipated a retracement, and I would have loved to buy here. So we had a selling bias actually coming down. But from yesterday, you can see that selling bias became invalid. So bias looks bullish, but at the same time, I'm not sure how high they can go as well. So if you want to buy this one, I'll just say, just use the knowledge you know in terms of trade execution. But at the moment, I do not have any solid entry here. If I am to buy, I would rather wait to see price come back down all the way to yesterday's highs. Maybe if there's momentum, I would love them to come back to the 13 EMA before I can buy. So at the moment, this is late. We cannot buy here. We could have bought maybe in here. But right now, I'd rather wait for a retracement. So this one will just stoke and see what happens. V250, nothing. J10 waiting for this zone to be broken. B1, we actively stalking. I still think there is chance of this price actually pushing up. The probability is there, so let's keep stalking as well. B5, we need a retracement. Looks like it will be a high probability buy from this zone. C500s, we're stalking to see what they will do. We might get a sell, they might push up. We're just actively stalking on H1 day. C300s, I'm not sure, did we speak about C300s? Okay, for now, yeah, we spoke about it. For now, we are right below the 13 and the 50, so there's nothing here until maybe price starts to come down. Then we can start to look for a sell. So we still open for a sell. Why? Also because the 50 EMA is right here. This liquidity is there. We've got this zone. So if we can get price tap into that area there or set a new high for the day, we might consider a short-term sell. So that will be somewhere there on that red line, somewhere around 30.20 maybe. If we can get to 30.20, I might consider a sell. If the pattern forms, I might consider a sell. But for now, I've got nothing. And then C1 potentially will also potentially drop. This one actively stalking it. A sell here is highly possible. Maybe if we run a fib, let's see. If we run a fib, you notice that price is almost into our sell limit. The next sell limit is somewhere there. The next sell limit is somewhere there. So looking forward for a sell here as well. So for now, I would say our active trades we need to look at. We've got C1, C5, B1, and B5. So that's my watch list for the day. So I'll just try to minimize here so that whenever there's movement, I can be able to see it and I can highlight. But B5 looks like it will play a bit later. So for now, I think I'll remove it just because this screen I have now is a bit small. Okay, so we've got C1. We've got C5, stoking for a possible play. And we've got B1. So that's it from me today, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if the comment is useful. Daily sessions will be back on Monday with another live session. So for now, that's it from me today. Hopefully, we'll get some pips. We had one loss earlier on B1000. One loss on B1000. For now, we'd love to recover that loss and see what happens after. Okay, all right, you're welcome, bro. Hopefully, we'll catch some good trades today. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Good trading.